Have you felt like you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't have the required skill set for something, and you felt like really you're not really good enough for whatever you're going to do? It actually happens a lot, especially in tech, and that's actually imposter syndrome. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can manage imposter syndrome, how I've been able to, overcome it. And trust me, I'm going to be vulnerable on this one, and you don't have to miss out on it. Watch till the end. So the first ideal step to overcoming imposter syndrome is actually knowing what it is, because I take imposter syndrome as something like, that inner voice within you telling you cannot do this, you cannot execute this task, you're not good enough for this, you do not deserve this. And if you identify it, if you actually identify that, oh, okay, this is imposter syndrome, now that's like the first step to overcoming it, because you cannot overcome what you do not know. Now, after you've really identified that, okay, this is it, I have imposter syndrome, you now identify ways on how you can actually manage it. And this is not something that you're going to, overcome for once and for all, because it comes in bits. Like, it's not that it's like an illness that you'll suffer from and then recover from. No, it will come 1 month in, 1 month out, year in, year out. But once you've identified that this is imposter syndrome, once you know that, okay, this is imposter syndrome, then you will always know how to navigate it. And different people navigate it differently. So after you've identified that you really know that now this is imposter syndrome, is find what you can do. Are you going to tell yourself that, okay, yes, there is that inner voice of, I'm not capable of doing this, I cannot execute this task. Then now are you going to tell yourself that, okay, I'm capable, I have what is required for me to execute it. So after you've identified that it's actually imposter syndrome, then now you're good to go, because ideally you know what problem that you're trying to tackle. So now the second thing is acknowledge your wins. If there is one habit that I've really tried to do, is take note of my wins, whether small, whether big, or what. Even if it's just walking for 10 minutes, I would note that, because it's that will let me know that I can actually walk for 20 minutes, walk for 30 minutes. If I have that small voice telling me that you cannot walk for this long, then I'll remind myself of the other small win where I was able to walk for 10 minutes, then I'll actually know that I can actually walk for longer. So take note of your small wins. After you recognize the imposter syndrome, then take note of your small wins, and always, go back to them. Each time you hear that voice telling you that you cannot do something, you cannot, execute a task, you cannot work on something, because it's those small wins that will actually push you far. If you know that you are able to complete a certain task, and now you look back to it in a moment where you feel you're not good enough, then trust me, you'll feel motivated to actually do something bigger. Now, one other thing that has actually helped me manage imposter syndrome would be comparison. And one thing we have to know is that comparison is a thief of joy. And if you start comparing yourself to, other developers, other techies, you realize that you're not concentrating on anything, you're not doing anything, and you'll constantly tell yourself that you're not enough, and it's really a bad thing. So one thing you have to understand is each and everyone's journey is different. Yes, you're going to do software engineering, you're going to do computer science, but your journey will not be the same as the journey of someone else, because we're all created differently. We have different strengths and we have different weaknesses, and we can never be the same. So you have to understand that your journey is uniquely yours. No one is walking the same journey as you're walking. And once you understand that, you'll definitely stop comparing yourself to the other people in the same industry as you're in. So try as much as you can to always look at your own journey, move at your own pace, do things at your own pace, don't rush through things, do whatever you can, and don't push yourself to do something you cannot do. After you've done that, then you need a support system. You need someone can always tell you are capable of this, you can achieve this. You need a support system. This could be family, this could be friends, and people actually in your network, people that you work with. You could get a mentor, someone basically to walk the journey with you, someone to always remind you that you're capable of doing something, you're capable of achieving more. And trust me, with that, you will have to beat imposter syndrome. Okay, that's not from a professional, but this is how I've actually been able to navigate imposter syndrome. I go back, I recognize it, I go back and celebrate my milestones, however small they are, I know that I'm walking my own journey. No one is walking the same journey as I am taking, and I have a support system. So I actually, one more thing that has actually helped me overcome it is like knowing that this is imposter syndrome without saying, this is not it, like trying to run away from it. What I know, I identify it, I know it, I acknowledge that yes, this is imposter syndrome, and trust me, it's been a good journey for me. So if you're the kind that is still battling with imposter syndrome, one thing you have to know is that you're not alone. I believe every other single human being gets to experience it, and you will definitely overcome it. Thank you so much for watching. This video has been shot by Top Notch Media. I really hope you found this video useful, because as techies, we tend not to be, vulnerable. We tend to think that we are the only people going through challenges. No one can understand what we are going through, maybe because they're not in tech. But trust me, we almost go through the same challenges, and I really hope this video has been helpful to you. If you feel like it has been helpful, share it with a friend, leave feedback in the comment section. Until the next video.